listen, every time, I was going to say so many times, every time I go, it can't be as woke as all that. It can't be that bad. Every time I said that, it's been like a billion times worse, right? I mean, about Chibnall's second series of Doctor Who, maybe got it right this time, right? Maybe they pulled it together. It's 100 times worse the second season, right? So like I keep saying, oh, maybe Russell won't screw it up, right? Maybe. And I'm always wrong, okay? I mean, you're going to be always wrong so many bloody times before you go, yeah, you're always wrong. Well, let's see what he's got to say for himself, right? Let's see what he's got to say for himself. As he types away there, he looks very thin in that drawing, Russell. Who did that drawing? Illustration by Martin Garrity. Fine. Russell gives the latest update from Doctor Who headquarters in Cardiff. Knock, knock, knock. Okay. I know nothing. Nothing. I walk around Wall Studios and know nothing about what people do. It's a bigger production, I think he's saying. Right? I know nothing. Not a blinking thing. There are fleets of them, hordes of staff, hardest working crew in the land, all heaving and sweating, groaning. See, this is what is terrifying me. All these people working really hard to look like they're making great Doctor Who. Right? They look like they're working really hard to do it. And I'm just terrified they're doing shit. And it's going to be great looking shit. But, oh, God, I hope that all this work isn't for nothing, Russell. Right? And maybe, being so concerned about Jinx fucking Monsoon and Yasmin Finney might not have been your best play right now, right? May not have been your best idea. Maybe up there with John Nathan Turner on Colin Baker's jacket, right? Maybe not your best one. All heaving, sweating, staring, hammering, bewailing, doing what? I have no idea. Case in point, there's a great set in the very last block of 2024. It only appears. Oh, great set. Fine. It only appears with one scene, but it's a crucial scene with a really lovely guest star, unseen by public and unannounced by press, because the scene takes place secretly with the studio, so we got a nice surprise to come. That's the other thing. Maybe my humor will be lifted a bit when I start seeing the cool surprises that I don't know about, right? When I start seeing Matt Smith and Tom Baker and motion capture Sylvester McCoy, that's like when I start seeing, the stuff, maybe I'll be a little bit pissy, a little bit less pissy. But right now, I'm just saying, Yasmin Finney, yay! What's that stupid headline here? Is the headline Yasmin Finney's? I've always had the mindset of an independent woman. You're 19! Nobody at 19 has always done fucking anything. Oh, God. Every 19-year-old thinks they have. Fine. So there's great. It's a crucial scene with a really lovely guest. I don't think my public announced because there's a scene takes place at 5. But this scene has been hotly debated. This much I know. Should it exist? Is it needed? It's been in. It's been out. It's been reinstated. It's been cut again until finally it stayed. It's in. It's out. Status betrayed by its designation on scene 27B. Scene 221B. Baker Street. Hardly an address that engenders confidence. 221B. That was what? Speckled Band. Jeremy Brett. Oh, gorgeous, right? I was talking about the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Well, if you didn't know. So I'm in the art department with Phil Sims, our designer. He shows the design for season 27B, drawn by Reese Iffen, our senior art director. Well, they're good. I'm glad they're all getting about. It's a great, lovely, haunting and atmospheric and beautiful. But I look at the pile of rocks in the drawing, and bear in mind that I know nothing. But I say, could that be? I don't know. More. I don't know. More what? Can it be? I don't know. An actual thing. Most things are. What do you mean? God, this is like me talking to my clients. Like a falling statue. That's very modern. Falling statues. I glow with modernness. Okay, so whatever this thing is had a bunch of rocks in it, right? He wants to fall and so this sounds like, could it be the cloister room? It does sound a bit cloister roomy, doesn't it? Right, that'd be cool. Right. Wow. Okay, I'm calling it. I think this scene is a cloister room. Right? Not seen since Peter Davison's days. Which was basically just a TARDIS set with a bunch of ivy wrapped around it. Fake ivy at that. Whereabouts him? Phil Sizer says, well, that wouldn't fit. Look at the dimensions. The room, there's a room for a statue, but what about a statue head? I say, I like the idea. A great giant statue head. Great. And then I spy a dog with a puffy tail and run after it, leaving behind. Okay. So now he's like again, Russell, this stuff endears me to you. Endears you to me, I should say. I like it when you do that. That is funny. I mean, maybe that's, I haven't seen enough of Russell D. Davies actually enthusing about Doctor Who. That really helps as well. But just not about all your gay shit. That's all I've seen recently, just your gay shit. Oh, God. Just calm down with your gay shit, Russell. Nobody's stopping you, suck a dick. So Phil was ready to make some adjustments to the sketch. Adding an 8-foot high, ancient sculpted head. When the color valve resends the sketch back, envisioning the head sketch too, and it's great. But and once that's okay, he quickly draws a revised sketch with precise dimensions. Then our supervising art director Robin Paper asks what she asked. So wait, who's this? Do we have a caption anywhere? Hang on, I want to know who I'm looking at. I don't know. That's wrong. I think Robin Paper struck me as a lady, right? Above, Interior Studio 3, and designer Paul Sims. Okay. This is Paul Sims. Hello, Paul Sims. How you doing? You big boy. You big boy. We're all very proud. Scores at Polyprops, if they have time. At short notice, they built a giant head and provide a giant quote and a quote. Please, they do. Quote provided. Budgets rearranged. Robin commissioned a giant head plus matching rubble. And as fast as she can, on Wednesday, 31st of May, bang crash saw a new clatter. 4 working days later, a giant head is delivered to stage 3. I guess that's this bit over here. Giant head for stage 3. Listen, Russell, are you telling me that you weren't interested in a bit of giant head? I think you were, right? I think the only reason you wouldn't is because Jigsaw soon got there first, mate, right? Okay. So they got the giant head delivered to stage 3 and at the end of Tuesday, June 6th. Okay, not long ago. It's polystyrene and polyurethane, in all its polystyrene polyurethane coated glory. But wait, hold on. The design isn't finished. Resends Phil a Photoshop paint over the head with the idea of blue markings on the face. Why? I don't understand the blue markings. Phil's thinking fast. He says, yeah, wonderful. Maybe tone down the blue, desaturate, and go. But yes, off you go. A team of painters then spends a couple of hours sealing, texturing, and painting and sculpt on the day of the shoot, 6 a.m. Resend man, this is turning into a boring story where you're telling us nothing. There's a giant head, right? I'm not interested in a giant head anymore. I'm on paragraph 3, mate. Right? Into position of set, they bed it into the floor with grit and rubber. I mean, can we just see the bloody head? And scattered dust, they stand back, and it's beautiful. They did it for you. Then they cut the scene. And then, look, it's me wandering onto set. Coming to have a little shifty, but really to meet the guest star, because, famous. Okay, I wonder who it is. Okay, is it real famous? Because all the people they said they've been famous haven't been, right? So I stand there, I look around. There's a giant head. Said, oh, that's it's a giant head. Prescribing team nods. I say, that's a good idea. More nods. And then I say, it's amazing what you've got laying around, isn't it? God, your job's fun. Oh, there's a famous person. Bye. And off I go. I know nothing. Okay, it's a well-written piece. I can't argue that's not a well-written piece. That is a well-written piece. But Russell, we need a bit of welly. Okay, we need a bit of wedge. Right? All right. We need a bit of bling. That was cute, and that would work in a normal time when it hadn't been screaming how chicks with dicks are a normal thing, right? And screaming at me for not agreeing with you. But you have been, and that does put a poll on things. I hate to tell you. My old love. But yeah. Let's have a quick look at a couple of news. I see what's doing in the Doctor Who news. I got a few things open up, but I don't think anything new. Something about the Magic the Gathering, Doctor Who, don't care. Okay, spoilers include the 10th. I don't care. Mark Gasol wants to play the Doctor. Maybe that ship has sailed. Oh, he played it once. Well, I will take a look at that. Again, it was so weird seeing him in Mission Impossible with an American accent for a scene. It's just strange. I didn't really understand. Mark Gasol was, well, I mean, like, you did it on, what's the name night? On, what's it called again? On Doctor Who night. Do I have that sketch? Hang on 1 second. It was also the cover of Doctor Who magazine. Mark Gatiss. Doctor Who magazine cover. There you go. Boink, it's straight up. Yeah. So you were that Doctor one night for one night only. You weren't wrong, mate. You weren't wrong. All those years ago. Superfan excited to see Shooting was Incarnation. I was, but now I'm kind of, I don't know what to be. I'm bracing. Ooh, I'm clamped. I'm feeling verklempt. I'm clenching. Don't make me clench. Shooty mate. You may like a clench, and I can see why you're flexing. You like a bit of clenching. But I'm not a fan of the clench. I'm a fat Jewish guy. We don't clench. Right? And yeah, we just go to the bathroom occasionally just to wipe our ass, because, you know, it's kind of like a bag of raked leaves that's not done up properly, one's anus. Yeah, we're not. I'm not. Was it Klempers? No, now you may be verklempt. Anyway, I digress. So Michael says he will seize any opportunity to an opportunity to play the Doctor, but doesn't expect that anything will present itself anytime soon. Well, if he can't get it for the 60th, he can't get it at all. The actor played various roles in Doctor Who over the years, including villainous Professor Lazarus, that was crap, and Captain Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Stewart, which was much better a decade later. He maintains a relationship with showrunner Rusty Davies, recently collaborated with him on the ITV X drama Nolly, but is skeptical about if he'll be called on to do a top job. You know, I always loved, I really enjoyed Nolly, but I loved him as Larry Grayson. I thought he was great. I thought that was great. Of course, I'd like to be told the Guardian. Well, the first thing you want to do is not talk to the Guardian, right? Being sued by Noel Clarke. Good for you, Noel Clarke. I hope you smash them into oblivion. That'll be great. But I think that ship has sailed. He went on to throw his unequivocal support behind the incoming Ncuti Gatwa, directing particular praise towards his sharp fashion sense. That's saying, that's make me like hate him. Oh my God, his sharp fashion sense is a nightmare. Like, can you tone down that sharp fashion sense, darling? It's a bit much. It's doing my bloody head in. Can I have a bit less sharp fashion sense and a bit more, I don't know, not dressing like a freak? How about that? How about that little combination? Would that be a good plan for you? Yeah, that'd be a good plan for me too. He was on Instagram. They must John Pertwee's dress, and I was thrilled. John Pertwee was my Doctor, and I adored him. Well, when he said he dressed like a slut. That means a different thing to me, I think, Shooty. right? The actor joke, if I were the Doctor, I'd wear nothing, a radical new approach. I'll be the first naturist Doctor. I wouldn't be surprised. Bloody hell, don't tell Shooty. He'll have his duds off in a second. Oh my God, keep that to yourself, Mark. Right? Keep that to yourself. Mark, Shooty have his meat and 2 veg out before you can say, John Barrowman. Yeah. Right? Don't do that. There you go. 1 second. Where's the remote control for the A6? I'm getting warm in it. I don't leave it in the other room. That was dumb of me. Never mind. At least it wasn't in for me. Fine. Ever onwards. Guess what? For Doctor Who, having written 9 episodes of the revised series, Unquiet, blah, 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 blah. Victory of the Foot of the Daleks, blah, blah, blah. He recently starred. No, he didn't. It was in one scene in Mission Impossible. Fine. So, this was I thought was the story. The Doctor Who fans can get the new Sonic Screw pre-order yours. No, they can't. This broke the interwebs. This broke character options. Like, completely destroyed. Their site went down and they're sold out. Now, here, I think I have a screen grab. You can get them on eBay for like coming up to £100. And I thought they were overpriced at 30, right? It's like, I thought £100. Are you kidding me? Like, I was amazed, and they were going, right? It's not like they weren't going, but yeah, here it is. I found it. It's and there were a few to choose from. Yeah, 1 second. Where am I? Showing the wrong screen. I get the control. Doink. Share screen. Yeah, £93.34. Bloody hell. All right, that's just, I mean, like, and it's okay. I don't mind this Sonic, right? It's okay. By the way, do you remember the awful Doomsday comic from Doctor Who magazine last month? The artist Rush Leeds has released the inks of it, and boy, does that tell a different story. The inks are really good. The coloring must have killed it, right? Is this it? There you go. No, I think that's quite strong, right? Let me pull up the colored page on over here. But I honestly, I think that's really quite decent work, I would say, right? It's got a good lightness. It's got good movement in the page. Nice dramatic. Good design. I like it. I like the whole thing. I think it's actually quite good. Now let's try and find the colored version, because I think it must be the coloring that killed it. Is it? I'm trying to find. Is this it? Yeah, here it is. And yeah, it is. It's the coloring that killed it. Oh my God. So you got that. I think that's a solid page, right? I think that's a solid page of work. What they give it? Colored by AI. And here's the here. Let me just make this. Hang on. Page overview. Come back. I'm down. Every time I see that, I cringe. Like, really, I mean, I do. It's the most cringeable thing ever. There we go. Yeah. See, that makes all the boldness and all that just destroys the page. They must have paid bulkers for the coloring. All right, let's go back and look at the other one again. There it is. Yeah, that's really bad. Let me have a look and see who the colorist is. See if I know who it is. Because I don't think I should say, but if it's somebody I've never heard of the person, but I can't imagine they paid them much for it, right? Because those inks are strong, right? They are very strong. Here's another page he did with Capaldi, and I think the other one, he very clearly. Look at this from a couple of years ago. This from this year. Look how much he's developed as an artist. Yeah, so I think he's getting a really unfair rap, right?
My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet! Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.